WatchOS 5 is finally here, so this is Apple's big software update for the Apple Watch. Now, it's officially going to be released in September, but if you're a developer, you can get your hands on it today. However, I advise you don't install the beta on your Apple Watch unless you have a second Apple Watch, because there's no way of downgrading. So yeah, it's gonna make your Apple Watch experience very, very slow. I actually bought, by the way, it just came in today. I actually got an Apple Watch Series 3 just for this video as a backup Apple Watch because I'm using the Series 2. And obviously I would install WatchOS 5 beta on this. So yeah, don't install WatchOS beta unless you have a secondary Apple Watch. But yeah, in this video I'll be reviewing WatchOS 5 along with my top 15 plus, about 17 main new features. So yeah, sit back, grab some popcorn first, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so first things first, if you have an original Apple Watch, so you know the one that launched in 2015, also known as the Series 0, well, WatchOS 5 is no longer supported. So if you were one of the few that actually bought a $17,000 gold Apple Watch, well, you're out of luck. No more software updates for you. Now, this might honestly be a performance reason. So the Apple Watch Series 0 launched with the S1 processor. With the Apple S1 processor, that one is a single core processor, and it's also based on a 28 nanometer process. 20 nanometers, that's crazy. We're approaching 7 nanometers, and that's still on a 28 nanometer process. And it's also a single core processor, so just one core, and that single core is clocked at 520 megahertz. So yeah, there you go. A few fun facts about the Apple Watch Series 0, or the original Apple Watch. But yeah, it was really, really, really slow. There's no denying that. So there's also no surprise that it's not supported anymore. The S1P and the S2 processors that are inside the Series 1 and then the Series 2, they're both dual-core processors, so they should be supported for 1 or 2 more updates. Now, in terms of the actual changes in WatchOS 5, one of the main changes is the ability to now challenge a friend in workouts. So this is in addition to the activity sharing that was introduced in WatchOS 4. So essentially you get a 7-day completion window, and then you earn points based on how much you've closed your activity rings. You also get alerts if you're ahead or behind your competitor. So this is really, really cool, especially if you have a lot of friends with Apple Watches and you all go to the gym, regularly, and you want to exercise. This is a really, really cool way, an easy way, and motivating way to do that. And then a really welcome feature is the ability for your Apple Watch to now automatically detect workouts. This is awesome. So Apple says that it won't really work for all types of workouts, but for the more general ones such as running, it should work straight away without you having to start the workout manually, which is great. And then speaking of workouts, Apple has added 2 more workouts. So we have yoga as well as hiking. Now, in terms of the hiking one, I'm guessing that this is limited to the Series 3 because this is the one that actually has a barometer, which is used for measuring pressure, and it's also used in the Apple Watch for measuring altitude. So I'm guessing you need a Series 3 for hiking. Also, in terms of workouts with WatchOS 5, Apple has added pace alerts. So essentially, when you're running, you can now choose a target pace, and it will let you know if you're behind or ahead of that pace. So really good for tracking your performance. And then speaking of tracking your performance, WatchOS 5 also adds the ability to see your rolling mile. Now, in case you don't know what this is, it essentially tells you your pace, the pace you were previously at in the previous mile. So you can check if you've increased or decreased the pace from a few minutes ago. And then the heart rate monitor also got a fairly big update. So instead of only tracking your BPMs or beats per minute during your workout, you can also see your SPMs or steps per minute. So now you can track how fast you're running and what heart rate you're getting at that specific speed, which is really, really useful to have for both monitoring and also health purposes as well. So if your SPM, for example, is low and your heart rate is high, well, you might have a problem. And speaking of problems, a problem that's no longer the case is podcasts. So finally, we can listen to podcasts on the Apple Watch. So you can actually do that directly on the Apple Watch, even if you don't have your iPhone nearby. You can even store the next episodes. They would be stored basically automatically without you having to do anything. So they would sync automatically, and then you can listen to them offline, even if you don't have your iPhone nearby. And then the Siri watch face did get a few improvements as well. So it can now show you the apps that you use the most, as well as show you specific playlists, for example, that you usually play at specific times of day. It uses machine learning now, so it will show content based on what you do at specific times of day. Not just playlists, but also some HomeKit scenes for when you get home and so on. So this is really useful. And also in terms of Siri, a big change is that you no longer have to say, "Hey Cindy." I'm not gonna say the phrase because I don't want to activate your phones, but you no longer have to say the phrase to activate Siri. You can just lift your wrist and then you can immediately start talking to her. which is way more convenient than before. And then something else that's also much more convenient now is improved notifications. So now they're much more interactable, as in, for example, if you get a notification of a restaurant appointment, you can actually reschedule or add multiple people directly from there without you having to open up the app, which, on an Apple Watch, it can be really slow doing that. And then, just like on iOS, we finally get group notifications in WatchOS 5. So multiple notifications from the same app would be grouped into a stack like this, which you can then expand to view each one individually. Also, in terms of viewing, you know how sometimes you get an email notification with an attachment or a web link, then the Apple Watch gives you a notification, but then it tells you to open up that email on your iPhone. I mean, why? Why is it even doing that? It's a complete waste of time. Getting a notification and not even able to see what that's all about because, you need to open up your iPhone. Anyways, well, the good news is that the Apple WatchOS 5 is finally fixing that. It finally adds support for viewing web links and email attachments. And then Do Not Disturb mode, same as on iOS 12, got quite a bit smarter with WatchOS 5, so you can now schedule it until the evening, or for example, you can schedule it until you leave a specific location, which is great in case you're going to, let's say, a museum or the cinema, where you don't want to be constantly spammed by notifications, but you do want notifications on after you leave that place. And then something that I was not expecting to see on the Apple Watch is full manual Wi-Fi support. So what exactly do I mean by this? Well, essentially up until now, your Apple Watch connected to Wi-Fi networks, the ones that your iPhone already knew automatically. But now you have the option in the settings to actually connect to individual Wi-Fi networks manually when you wish. Now, of course, that typing the password will be difficult because you can only scribble one letter at a time, but this is extremely useful if you go out for a run, for example, and you only take your Apple Watch with you, you don't have the cellular model, or you just don't want to waste battery or data, so you just manually connect to the nearest Wi-Fi network for Wi-Fi. Now, I was quite disappointed to see that there's no new watch face in WatchOS 5, so Apple has added this new Pride face, but this one has actually been added in WatchOS 4.3.1, I believe, so you can just go ahead and update and you will have it straight away. But aside from this and the new Siri watch face improvements, there's literally no new watch face, which really sucks. I do want Apple to give us the option to create new watch faces, custom watch faces from scratch. I mean, it's been 4 years since the Apple Watch has been announced, and we still don't have that. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you would want to do, create your own watch faces, or if you think that Apple should create their own watch faces because, you won't waste time creating your own, and then just give us more options. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on this. And then finally, with WatchOS 5, you can now add your student ID card to the wallet, to the virtual wallet on the Apple Watch. So at the moment, this only works with about 5 or 6 universities, and they're all US based, but I'm pretty sure that more support would be added in the future. But yeah, there you go. These are all the main changes in WatchOS 5. So what do I think about WatchOS 5 in general? So I don't know, I think it's a very small update. I think it's literally the smallest update in terms of WatchOS. So most of the changes are focused on the Workouts app and fitness, which is great, but I really hope that with WatchOS 6 next year, we would be getting more customization options, because right now, this is where the Apple Watch is lacking. Now, obviously, compared to different smartwatches, you can customize it quite a bit. You can actually get bands and accessories. So in that regard, it's really good. But when it comes to watch faces, we're still quite limited. Now, we are expecting a brand new redesigned Apple Watch in September with either thinner bezels or a brand new design. So a new circular design entirely. I've actually done a video on this, so definitely check it out if you're interested in the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch Series 4, if you want to know more about that. The video is pretty cool, and the concept is even cooler, by the way. But yeah, definitely subscribe if you want to see more in-depth videos like this one, and then notifications by tapping on that bell icon. That way you'll be notified whenever a cool new video comes out, because sometimes, I mean most of the time, pretty much every time, you're not getting a notification unless you hit that bell icon. So yeah, please hit that bell. And also let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on WatchOS 5 in general and the Apple Watch? What Apple Watch model are you currently using, if you're using one? And will you be upgrading to maybe the Apple Watch 4 later on this year? So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. So, Tech, signing out. Cheers.